Hi everyone, Tamara Makabanga here. I hope that everyone can hear me loud and clearly. If not, please let me know down in the comments so I can quickly fix any tech issues we are having. So welcome everyone to King Talks, the platform where we share marketing ideas that are worth spreading. And whether you are joining us on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, please do leave a big thumbs up and feel free to drop any questions or comments because we would love to engage with you. So my guest today is Tammy Espino. Tammy is the head of marketing at Fastcom. She has a variety of certificates, so one from Varsity College in public relations and marketing, a digital marketing certificate from Shaw Academy, as well as certifications in Google Analytics, data analysis, conversion rates, as well as social media monitoring. Tammy is truly a passionate marketer with a keen interest in combining the practice of digital marketing or digital strategy rather with marketing creative. And today she'll be talking all about the art of content marketing. Please take notes everyone because this is going to be super helpful to you. Tammy, please take over.
Thank you for such a great introduction. It's awesome to be with everyone live. So today I just thought I would take you through basically what content marketing is, why it's so vital for business, and then share a few fun examples of what content marketing is. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen. I've prepared a little bit of a presentation for you.
Okay, nothing showing up on my side just yet.
Let's quickly go back there. Okay, can you see my screen yet?
Okay, I believe so.
Okay, so I'm just going to put it from slideshow from the beginning. Let me know if you can still see it.
I can see it, guys. Please leave a comment if you're able to see the slides clearly. But Tammy, please do continue.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys. So as I mentioned, it's so awesome to be live with you. As Tamara mentioned, I am a avid marketer. I'm super passionate about it. It's really been something that I've loved to do in my career. So to start off with, I thought I would give a simple breakdown of essentially what content marketing is, because I feel that so often as marketers, we throw this term around because it's part of our natural language. But often failing to recognize that not everyone will know exactly what it means or encompasses. So in a nutshell, content marketing is all about using content to attract and retain visitors and eventually turn them into paying customers, which is the end goal for any business. So fundamentally, it's the art of communicating with your potential customers without directly selling to them. Instead of simply selling your services and products, you are giving information to your prospective customers that can teach them something. If done correctly, you'll be marketing without interrupting your customers' lives, and you could ultimately be rewarded with their business, their support, and ultimately their loyalty. So content marketing is used to attract and develop a specific target audience with the ultimate goal of creating true customer engagement. And through using content marketing, you should be striving to change and enhance your customers' behavior towards your company in a more positive manner. Another vital reason why content marketing is so important is that it's the secret to understanding your customers at the end of the day. The data that we see as people move along the customer journey, things that I'm sure you've heard of, such as engagement rates on social media posts, which videos people watch, which ebooks or white papers or case studies people download, the blog posts they read all the way through and then share with their networks. All of those things are incredibly powerful information for marketers and companies. And ultimately, by tracking which content is the most successful, we can then have better insights to who our customer is and market to them more effectively using the messaging that makes sense to them. This gives brands or companies a massive advantage. And at the end, remember, if you consistently deliver valuable information to your customers, you will be able to gain their trust, their following, and their business. So some core examples of types of content marketing, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with, but those include blog posts, social media posts or campaigns, email or direct newsletters, podcasts, ebooks, webinars, videos, case studies, and white papers. And then to add a bit more flavor, because I know it's a bit of information overload, and to really get you excited about content marketing, I've included a few examples of companies that have done content marketing right. So first up, we have Hootsuite. For those who possibly aren't familiar, Hootsuite is a social media management platform that was established in 2008. And the crew at Hootsuite tapped into popular culture when it came to their content marketing strategy. They used one of the most popular shows in recent years, Game of Thrones, as a jumping off point to tell a relatable story about their brand via a video titled A Game of Social Thrones. So let's have a look. Okay, cool. I thought that was pretty impressive. It really kind of garnered a lot of engagement and a lot of people shared it, which is ultimately what you want to do, especially if you want to get some brand awareness. So another example I've included is from Mailchimp. So a lot of us have heard of the brand Mailchimp, but surprisingly, a lot of people mispronounced their name, which prompted the brand to create the Did You Mean Mailchimp campaign. They developed 9 different mini campaigns to reach potential customers, but, and here's the kicker, is they didn't actually tell the customers it was Mailchimp, but rather let them figure it out on their own. So by using the bright, bold colors and somewhat weird imagery, they really sparked a lot of interest and ultimately created a lot more brand awareness. But content marketing isn't just about using striking visuals to tell your story or to get your audience engaged. It could just be about your content and how it can help them. So Neil Patel has a blog, and it's a complete testament to leading with education in content marketing. And throughout all of his content, he consistently leads with the why of a problem or topic, focusing on educating his readers. So despite the technical aspect of his subject matter, he places a great deal of emphasis on making his content human and approachable. And by the end of every blog post, a reader can feel comfortable going off and doing that task by themselves. When you do have a moment, I would definitely suggest to check out his blog and then maybe subscribe if it's something that interests you. And then next up, I've included Moz. So Moz is an SEO company that focuses solely on helping people run successful SEO campaigns. As far as subject matter goes, a lot of us know that search and SEO can be among the most technical, so it's not always easy to market it. But Moz have created a content marketing strategy that truly works for them. And they regularly have content without overwhelming their readers. Their blog is thoughtfully organized by segmenting different categories like branding, SEO, optimization across different sectors. And then At the end, they also enable readers to explore based on their own pain points and not quickly feel overwhelmed by the density of content. So I guess in conclusion, ultimately when a company produces content, it relies on storytelling to bring out its core benefits. So strong content marketing leads with education and should align with your solution while focusing on making the subject matter approachable and engaging to your readers. By showcasing that your company knows what it's talking about, so setting yourself up as a thought leader, you do then build trust and credibility with your audience as you work to turn those visitors into leads and eventually paying customers. As you develop your own content marketing strategy, it's always a good idea to think about how you can take advantage of your expertise and present content in new and engaging ways. And that's about it, guys. Thank you so much. I hope it's been useful and that you get excited about content marketing.
Thank you so much, Tammy, for that amazing presentation. I definitely believe it's useful. I'm not seeing any questions pop up just yet, so I just want to ask you a couple of questions just in case. Cool.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. Okay, can we quickly go back to the video? So why do you think that was a good example of content marketing? So for anyone out there that's not exactly a GOT fan.
I think because, as I said, they actually used popular culture. So a lot of brands do that. They'll use something that people have heard of or that they can relate to. It sparks a conversation. It creates a lot of engagement. That was just a simple example, but what they did was they used the theme music and then they used similar type of graphics. So it really tied the whole brand in with the Game of Thrones, but then obviously re-entitled it Game of Social Thrones. So I thought that was quite clever. And brands can do the exact same thing. You can take, let's say, like a funny Nando's ad, and you can maybe manipulate or adapt it to your brand to get the same kind of engagement that they would. Obviously a different audience, but you would still get engagement because it's funny, it's interactive, it's relatable.
Awesome. Another quick question for you. So you mentioned there are several types of content marketing. What do you think is the type of marketing, content marketing rather, that performs super well today? So let's say someone out there only has like enough time to do just one or two things. What would you suggest they start with in order to get the most amount of engagement as they're starting out?
I think it largely depends on your objectives and obviously how much time you have. So for me, the golden nugget for any marketer is creating use cases. I'm obviously in the tech space, so that really kind of proves beneficial to my audience. But you could write a blog post, you could do an engaging social media post. I think ultimately the biggest thing for any marketer is to get exposure to the brand. So anything that you think is going to be effective to your audience, the first biggest thing that you need to do is obviously understand who your audience is and what type of content they might absorb. So if they're not super technical, I wouldn't start off with a white paper or a very techy blog post. I'd start off with something light and engaging, like a social media post or a video, something like that, to kind of get their feet wet. Okay,
so you don't think there's any sort of like one golden, like for instance, podcasting? Do you think that if people start just with podcasting, no matter what their industry, no matter what their objective, they could win with that?
Yeah, I think it's always a good idea to have a bit of everything. I think your content strategy needs to include a content mix. So it needs to be a bit of social media. It needs to be a little bit of video content. It might need to be a webinar or a podcast. I know webinars can be daunting for people because you need certain software to set it up if you don't have a license for it. So that might be a bit daunting for someone starting out trying to get the brand out there. But I definitely think you need to have a mix of a little bit of everything.
Awesome. We've got a quick question here from Mr. He says that he believes that memes are the best thing ever. So he wants to know, what do you think about using memes as part of your content marketing strategy?
Again, I think it depends on your audience. So, and it depends on what you're selling. So, for example, if you're selling a lifestyle brand, I think that type of content is easier to absorb for that audience. But if you're a super corporate, super professional brand, I think it could dilute your brand if you did something a bit tongue in cheek. So again, you need to understand who your audience is, and you need to market to them as effectively as possible.
Awesome. Okay, Tammy, I'm not seeing any sort of questions coming up right now. So what else do you, if you still have time, actually, is there anything else, like any final thoughts around content marketing that you'd like to share that you did not present yet?
Sure. So a lot of questions that I get asked regularly are things like, do I need to constantly create new content? So the answer to that is a yes and no. Content creation does need to be ongoing, but there are ways that you can streamline and simplify the process. So one of the easiest and most effective ways of doing so is to repurpose your content. So that basically entails creating content in one form and then reworking it kind of several times in order to utilize the same information in other forms. So an example is you might write a white paper about an important topic in the industry. And then from there, you could take certain segments of that white paper and edit each one to make them into individual blog posts. And then you could also create an infographic illustrating statistics or whatever key facts you've mentioned in the white paper. And then from there, you could finally give a webinar or a podcast discussing the content. So that's kind of the strategy that I adopt. I write the white paper and then I segment it into blog posts. And then from there, I do social media posts. And it works well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that amazing example. I do have one last question for you, please.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think would happen to a business that does not incorporate content marketing into their marketing strategy?
Sure. So for me, that's a big no-no. So a lot of people think maybe they're quite an established brand in the market. But what we're seeing a lot of is that companies need to digitally transform. So you can't rely on traditional marketing methods as much as you used to anymore. So a lot of what we do in life is online. So if your brand doesn't have a visible footprint online, it's going to get overshadowed by brands that are. So I would definitely recommend having a content strategy for your business as a way to kind of stay ahead of the curve.
Awesome. There you have it, guys. If you do not create content, you are going to pretty much disappear under the clouds of so many businesses and so many brands out there. Samuel is saying, hey. Hi, Samuel.
Hey.
If you've got a question for us, please let us know. But if not, I think we're going to wrap it up right there. Tammy, I do not want to take too much of your time. I know you've got work to get back to.
Yeah. But it's been awesome. Thank you so much, Tamara. It really has been a privilege to present to you guys. And I am on LinkedIn, so if you have any further related content marketing questions, feel free to put me an email on LinkedIn.
Awesome. I hope everyone's going to take that opportunity. Thank you again, Tammy, and thank you everyone for tuning in and supporting us and engaging. See you again next week.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.